And in a way you are, in a way. Why are you bothered about Afghanistan? Why are you worried about Vietnam? Everywhere you go, you create problems. But you are worried about it. When you really evolve, you become the spirit. And when you become the spirit, you are collective automatically. You start feeling others. You start feeling others' chakras. What can you do? You become. So the complete individuation is complete collectivity. But it's one-sided. Growth of ego is cancer. Here the individual means you become a big, thick-headed ego. That's all. This is not individual. This is Mr. Ego, the stupid. The stupidity. It's real stupidity actually. And where are you individuals? Just see that. Very stupid. The another side of Shri Krishna was that he was extremely creative. In his childhood he did all these things, these pranks. And when he became a grown-up person, he became the king of Dwarika, of that area. And he used to dress up like a king only. After all, he was a king. When he was a child, he used to wear a small little piece of feather from the peacock. But when he became the king, he was wearing all the things and he used to sit on the throne and talk to people in that manner. All that greatness was there and he was extremely creative. He built a beautiful, very, very beautiful castle, or you can say palace, in Dwarika, out of gold. Can you believe it? Shri Krishna did it. And it was all then covered with water. Now the intellectuals in India, all trained by Western people, I think, said that it's not possible. There's nothing in the water, and he never built his palace there. It's all a story, just like a myth. But some people believed in it, and they dug up. They went down and they found there was a very big palace. There was gold little bit left, but not all of it was there. And they were amazed, such a huge, big palace he had made. Under the water it had gone, but it was there. Like this, all these incarnations who came were extremely creative. If you are not creative, what's the use of self-realization? Now, what is the greatest creative thing you can do very easily is to make others surgeons. That is the easiest and most joy-giving thing, is to make others surjogis and give them the blessings of the divine which they have been seeking for ages. By giving them, you don't know what a solace, what a blessing you give them. So now you have got your self-realization. You got it very easily, I must say. They all say that it is a instant nirvana. Sajoga is instant nirvana, it's true. But whatever you get so easily and instantly, you don't understand the value of that. A spiritual person's reactions are very, very different. In the life of Sri Krishna, you can see that he had a friend who was very poor, and he wanted to meet Shri Krishna. And the wife of the friend gave him some rice krispies, as you call them. And that's, take for your friend, you must take something for your friend. He was a little shy, And when he went to Shri Krishna was in his palace, and the people at the door said, no, you can't meet him. He said, all right, you just go and tell him that Sudama has come. She was sitting on the throne discussing something, and he said, Sudama has come. He rushed out. I went to the door and hugged him again and again. And he said, why are you standing here? He took him and put him on the throne that he was supposed to occupy. And he told his wives, please come and wash his feet. And then they brought for him clothes and all that. He had a bath. He made him sleep on his bed. See the love of Shri Krishna. He had very dirty feet, all were cracked. He tried to put on that some sort of a medicine by which it would be all right. He tried to do whatever was possible to him to cure those cracks. And he asked him to sleep on his bed. And asked the ladies to fan him so that he doesn't feel hot. See the compassion of Sri Krishna is shown so beautifully. Are we that compassionate? There was no need for him to do that. It was no drama, nothing. But his heart. He took a spontaneous decision. When he heard Sudama is there, he just rushed there. He just felt so happy that my old friend has come. If a Sahajogi respects somebody who is a governor, I can't understand. The spirit is above everything else. And does not respect a Sahajogi, there's something wrong with him. He should understand that the spiritual person is higher than all these people who have these, all kinds of these big names behind them. And that love is shown in everybody's life. All the saints, all the incarnations, everyone had that love which was above everything else. Without expecting anything. Not doing it just to expect something from them. It is a kind of a personality which really reflects God's love. That reflection should come from you. You are Sahajogis, that doesn't mean that you are something higher than others. But you are different. You are above them. You have no superiority, that's why you are different. You are so humble, that's why you are different. You are so joyous, you are so peaceful, that's why you are humble. Sri Krishna's speciality was that he always supported people who were realized souls, who were on the right path, who are doing righteous things. He would never support anybody who may be well off, who may be a great thing, like a great king was Duryodhana. He invited Shri Krishna to his house, to his big palace, to be his guest. Shri Krishna said, "I am sorry." He went to Vidura, who was the son of a maid, Dasiputra. Because Vidura was a realized soul, because he was a realized soul, to him he was much higher, much greater than Duryodhana, who was a ruler, because he was a crook, because he was a bad man. So, the discrimination between good and bad becomes one in your mind, becomes one of your inner temperament. Then you are always very much satisfied. Because you know you are not doing something that is wrong. The discrimination is the gift of Sri Krishna. Apart from anything else, he gives us the gift of discrimination. That is his style, I should say, to teach you how to discriminate. And then you become experts on discrimination on vibrations. On vibrations, you can judge everything so clearly, so beautifully. Others may not agree with you, that's a different point. But you know what is right and what is wrong. And that is what Sri Krishna's gift is. So this divine discretion is a very, very important thing which we should see how it works and should be satisfied with. Not to feel bad that you have missed a chance or anything, but you must feel very happy that this thing has happened and that your divine discretion has taken on. So, sometimes it appears that in that divine discretion you may do something wrong, you have done something wrong. But if it is divine, ultimately it will turn out to be very good. I gave you a very basic example, but that is also very true when you practice surgery. The discretion of divine discretion is extremely important to play a very great part in our lives. Because this divine discretion gives us the real joy of our being, of ourself, of such. The another quality which Sri Krishna has, which we can express through our right Vishuddhi, is diplomacy. But there are two types of diplomacies. One is genuine, one is artificial. In the genuine diplomacy, you do not have to take to a certain standard, or you don't have to read some books to know how it is diplomacy. Is it genuinely it comes to you. The whole thing works very sweetly in such a genuine manner. I have used it many a times myself, and you all can use it also many a times. That's only possible if you don't get angry with someone. Not possible if you are angry. The diplomacy is not convincing anybody with his intellect or by temper or anything, but it is to melt away another person by your goodness, by your good words, by your sweet works, by your forgiving nature. This quality he had, and he tried this on many people. It worked on some, it did not work on some. He didn't feel it's a failure. It's the reaction of the another person which is important to be seen. So this quality of right Vishuddhi you should have is to talk to others and melt them away. So one has to know that what is the essence of all this diplomacy. Can you tell me? what is the essence of this diplomacy? Is benevolence. You have to achieve the benevolence of the whole humanity. This is the essence of it. If you are doing it, you are not doing for yourself, for your gain, you are not doing for the gain of any particular person, but you are doing it for the benevolence of the whole humanity. So once you know this is the essence, so what is the need to shout? By shouting, you are not going to achieve anything. So to play around with it and bring it to that point, which is benevolence. But he talked of joy, and he never talked of renunciation. He never talked that you give up your family, you give up your children, you give up everything. Never, never. He said you must enjoy. Enjoy with detachment. For people it is very difficult to understand. How can it be it is without detachment? With attachment you can never enjoy. If you are attached to something, you cannot enjoy anything in a full way. Like supposing you are attached to your child. Very simple thing, you are attached to your child. If you are attached to your child, then you will be bothered about things which should not be there, which will not give joy to the child either. You will not allow your child, say, to go out or to talk to people, whatever it is, all kinds of restrictions you will put. But if you have really the divine discretion, then you will know with whom he should talk, where he should go, what he should enjoy, and you will see that he enjoys life. Any attachment with anything doesn't give you the full view of that person, of that thing. If you are detached, then you can see it, say, from above him, above the thing. If you are detached, you become thoughtlessly aware also. It is a kind of a state I am talking about, where Shri Krishna told Arjuna that I will not fight. So in between me and the army, my army you have to select. So Kauravas said, no, we'll take our army. Your army. You give us your army. And we'll strengthen our army. But Arjuna said, I don't want army. I want you. You don't want to fight, it's all right. Because though he will be there in a witness state only, he won't be fighting, but his power will act. He doesn't have to fight. He doesn't have to do anything but his own power, which is outwardly is silent, but will act, and that is how we will win the war. So this power of witnessing, you all should develop. Try to develop it. That when you are reacting, stop reaction. Stop reaction about everything. You will be amazed. You will find yourself a very, very powerful person, in the sense you will have no ambitions. You will have no desires. You will have no special fondness or anything. But just you are witnessing the drama. So many aspects of his being have been described in so many of my lectures to you. But the greatest and greatest of all the aspects of this primordial being was that he was the Yogeshwara. He was the god of yoga, Yogeshwara. He was the Lord of our union with the divine. Without his permission or without his sanction, we cannot be Sahajogis. He was Yogeshwara, and a real yogi is a person who gets this Yogeshwara awakened within him. The word yoga that we understand is the union of our attention with the divine. But still we do not realize the implications. What does it mean? What should happen to us? Of course, you get powers. As soon as you become the spirit, you get powers. One of the powers you get is of collective consciousness. That is also the gift of Shri Krishna. And that you start feeling the collectivity. Your ego and superego is sucked in. So you get rid of your karmas and your conditionings. And a new sprouting of the new life for the new age starts. But still, what is Yogeshwara? Leeladhar is the one for whom this whole universe is a play, that he is at the axis and for the whole periphery is nothing but a play. Because everything is false. Except for your spirit, everything is false. It is all a joke going on, you can say, a drama going on, nothing so serious. Spirit is the only truth within us. The rest is all untruth. But he is Yogeshwara. That's the main point. And to do duty to him, first and foremost thing is you have to develop that purity of a Yogeshwara. He is Ishvara. He is your Ishvara. You are not Ishvaras, but you are at least the yogis. We have to be the yogis first, then he is our Ishvara. Otherwise he doesn't want to rule you. So what we have to do is to become the yogis first. And one of the signs of a yogi is that he is in his sex life extremely pure. Absolutely purity must exist. And after some time, one should get beyond it. Your relationships with other people, whether it is your sister or a brother or any other woman or any other man, there should be complete purity. And this is extremely important.
Shri Krishna has a Samhara Shakti. He has the power to kill. He has 4 special things with him, 4 weapons by which he kills. But one of them is this, in his hand is a discus. And this discus is shown around the Saturn which you see. And with this discus, At any distance, he can destroy. So his destructive powers are built in you. Nobody can destroy you. You have to just get to yourself and become yourself. You'll become so powerful a nation, but powerful in loving, in being compassionate and affectionate. In the real sense of the word, not the way we are now trying to help others. It's not the way. It can be very disgraceful sometimes. The way we try to help others can be very disgraceful. You'll be amazed how sometimes you people have helped and have created problem for others.
For Shri Krishna, whatever is to be said is less than what is said, I always feel, and that his main work is through our brain. That is Virat. He works through our brain. And as Shiva works through our heart, he works through our brain. And after Sahaja Yoga, after enlightenment, all the subtleties of the brain and the knowledge starts manifesting and expressing itself. But the greatest thing that happens, that integration takes place in your brain. It's not that your heart wants one thing and your brain wants another thing. The integration takes place, and when that integration takes place, it's so easy to lead a very dharmic life. Even without thinking about it, without reading about it, you just become dharmic. You are not to be told that you have to be dharmic. Innately, you become dharmic because your brain, which normally is used for rationality, for justifying all that is wrong, becomes dharmic, becomes divine. The power of Virat is that it can penetrate into the subtle side of human beings in such a manner that everything we are connected. We are not separate. As every drop is connected with the ocean, we are connected with the whole universe. And when you become a citizen, I should say, of Virat, then all the things with which you are connected also get your vibrations, your ideas, your ambitions, everything passes through that. And it works. It works. You have seen how many miracles have taken place in your lives. It is the Virata Shakti that works. Now for that, we have to know how to do worship of Virat. First of all, you have to rise above your ego. Very important. Otherwise, how can you worship? There is your ego standing in between, and how can you rise up to the point of Virat? You have to pass through that. Once you are above your ego, you enter into the kingdom of Virat. Then you belong to Virat. And he uses you for his own purpose, in the sense that when your whole thinking is different, becomes global thinking, then he acts. And then his powers are manifold. And Krishna's power is that he uses a conch to call people. I have given conches to all the leaders, so we have to now announce and call people. But at the level of Virat, you don't have to do all that. At the level of Virat, it just, people see, they'll know. Just, they will watch you and they will know. Just, they'll think you are human beings and you are so sweet, so good, just like gems shining all the time. So, they'll be impressed. This comes through the Virata's blessing. May God bless you all.